Love 15.
And then there's always the instant apology. That's not real honest. But that's what you gotta do.
$15. $30-15.
Interesting shot selection.
40-15.
I think he was attempting a drop shot or just a firm slice low. Yeah, definitely a drop shot.
Yeah, didn't really work out that well. But that's the danger of this guy, his unpredictability. It's very difficult to find a sort of rhythm against Petzschner, because he comes out with the big four on the ace, and then the drop shot's an almost crazy play on some of the other shot.
This is a Hawkeye challenge, is it?
It was just a
he just gestured
serious look, the umpire.
This
definitely is an error from Nadal there. Game point up. This was the serve that Nadal didn't challenge, and he was right not to challenge. It was wide. Back to deuce.
Advantage Nadal.
Going again wide. His favorite serve on grass.
That's a wonderful play from Petzschner. Well thought out.
This.
Very smart play, wasn't it? Off the big, heavy topspin forehand, the slice naturally fits into that, counteracting the topspin. Just angling it, so Nadal had to make all that running and unable to control the ball. We'll look out for that play on the backhand side throughout the course of the match. It's obviously a tactic.
Advantage Nadal. Game Nadal. Nadal leads by 3-1.
It was a shame for the sake of the match as a contest that Petzschner came out a little bit nervous in the opening service game and was unable to hold on to his serve. He succumbed on the 4th break point and trying to get back into this set every step of the way, isn't he? He's playing well now, 1-3 down.
15 love.
That's a best of 5 match. You know, you're not gonna decide the match in the opening couple of games, but obviously it would be more interesting. They were both on serve.
We have some sort of a question with the tennis balls here. I think one of them is flat, so Cedric Morio's hanging on to that one. Called wide.
No challenge though.
15 on.
He's a bit of a starer, isn't he, Petzschner? He likes to question and challenge. See, why didn't he challenge that one? That was in.
Well, maybe he's not used to the challenging system yet. Maybe, you know, hasn't played on center court. He hasn't played on many short courts yet. Maybe he doesn't know that he can challenge the ball. Hopefully somebody tells him.
He is seeded here. He's not a novice, is he? This is the 3rd round. Take your point. There's that backhand slice to the Nadal topspin forehand contest.
I'll tell you what, he's got the game to you know, cause Nadal trouble. All the coming into the net, the slicing is something Nadal doesn't like at all. Backhand errors like that hurt.
30-40. This.
Petzschner's been under fire on his service games.
Advantage Petzschner.
And already 7 aces in 3 service games. Tennis, it can change within a couple of tournaments, whether your favorite or your history.
Just amazing racket head speed from Nadal, taking the short ball or even the long ball and just nailing it with topspin, and that was the final blow. What a sight he is in full flow.
Love. 40 love.
Petzschner has the same problems that Nastase had against Borg in the 76 final, but he said, you know, I just couldn't handle the topspin. He got himself into position and just couldn't handle the pace and the spin of the passing shots. And Nastase looked ordinary that day. Wasn't that?
Game Nadal.
Petzschner saying, well, look, I'm love 40 down.
Nadal, it's by 4 games to 2.
I think we'll leave that one. So half an hour of brutal hitting here, and just that break of serve in the opening game, the difference between the two players. Petzschner shouldn't lose heart.
Out. 15 love.
Interesting there. Nadal is looking right away up to his group, his coach and everything, and they tell him, don't challenge, the ball was out. Here Carlos Costa and his uncle.
$15
I reckon Carlos is on his mobile there, sending a few texts out. You know what these managers are like.
$30-15.
There's an awful lot of business to attend to for these big names. You don't realize quite the amount of activity that takes place off court around all these big superstar fellas.
40-15.
Actually, sometimes during the match, you know, with the technology we have, everybody has a BlackBerry, so you're online with the whole world. Nice.
40-30.
Another shot he improved so tremendously over the course of 2 or 3 years. The backhand was a weakness. Now one of his best shots.
Deuce.
Again, the backhand return did damage. Nadal stepping into the second serve of Petzschner, putting him under pressure immediately.
Call. Yep. Net second serve. Rafael Nadal challenging the call on the left center line. Ball was called good.
Interesting challenge. But if he's right, he gets a double fault.
Ball's 10, second serve.
Wishful thinking.
Rafael Nadal has 2 challenges remaining.
What is he questioning now? Have you any idea?
Nope.
Can just guess here.
He likes to question quite a lot, though, doesn't he, Petzschner? He's got quite an active brain out there on the court. He's not an automaton.
He's nervy. I don't think he's comfortable yet.
Game Petzschner. No change, please, new balls.
challenge this time.
Philipp Petzschner, he challenged the goal on the right near sideline. Ball was called out. Ball stands. 15 love. Philipp Petzschner has 2 challenges remaining. Love. Love.
Well, that first serve coming down at 118 miles an hour missed the lady on the line and caught the ball boy who accepts Rafael Nadal's apology. What was he going to do? Say, no, don't talk to me. You hit me. I'm very upset. He's good, isn't he?
Game Nadal. Nadal leads by 5 games to 3.
The way he holds this, opens the racket face. He does that all the time on clay. He can make a right fool of you. He could have either gone down the line with this one or just hook it cross court. In total control.
Yeah, it looks like the first breaker serve was deciding.
First game, wasn't it, of the match?
Love 15. Nadal.
Nadal wanted the ball back from someone in the crowd. He want to start returning serve unless the ball was back in play.
Net for serve. Early 15.
I think the forehand was faster than the serve this time.
40-15.
He hit one at 106 miles an hour earlier, that one down the line. Right up there with the quickest of the week.
Game Petzschner.
Serving for the first set.
Net for serve.
there, for example, Nadal went a bit low over the net because he was going to go for the winner. But that's the right percentage play. Good effort. But Germany's applauded on Wimbledon center court. That doesn't happen often.
30 love.
Here he goes.
Oops.
Ooh. Could have been worse. You get the feeling that Petzschner knows exactly what he wants to do, but the opponent is just so strong that he's unable to do it. Here he goes. He's not trying to escape the centre court, but he might in a couple more sets after this. Set points.
Game first set, Nadal.
And what's happening here is that the roof has just been moved a little bit so that the royal box gets just enough shade to be comfortable. We have so many Olympic guests and great sporting figures in there today. It's right that they're kept comfortable.
Yeah, of course they don't want to come home with a sunburn.
No, no. Second set here. So there was a fair amount of applause for that, and you might notice while you've been away that Rafael Nadal changed his shirt, and there was even more applause for that.
That's just an outstanding forehand.
15 on.
With such an extreme Western grip, really have to come down and under the ball to be able to accelerate it and hit it in the corner. But Nadal does it better than anybody. Look at this grip here. It's a lot of wrist action and a strong arm.
Fair amount of tape on those fingers as well. I think he wears his fingers out hitting the ball so hard and so many times. It's one of the reasons why he couldn't meet Her Majesty the Queen the other day, is this routine that he has. Essential maintenance to keep him going.
And Petzschner has a better start this time around.
40-15.
Remember, he lost the very first service game in starting the match. He was running behind that break all set long. But not yet.
40-13.
Nadal has different plans. He's never going to give it to you easy.
Game Petzschner.
Ooh.
15 love.
Petzschner were trying to hustle that beautiful backhand volley from Nadal. Almost ran over the umpire's chair. Look at this. Whoa.
Got some good height there. The Olympians in the royal box will be impressed with that.
Love.
Look at her arms. She's still in great shape.
Furley 15.
3 Olympic golds for Sir Chris Hoy, Sports Personality of the Year, Olympic year as well. Legs like tree trunks.
Net first serve. Forty 15. Forty 30. Game, Nadal. One game on, second set. Fifteen. Net first serve.
One of the most difficult, the backhand volleys.
30 love.
Lovely soft hands, and it was a very dipping ball, wasn't it? Didn't have an awful lot of spin on it as well, so that was nicely executed.
Net first serve.
It's a type of player that always likes to hit the more difficult shot instead of the easy one sometimes.
Ooh. Got a bit of a shock there.
Love.
But it looks like Petzschner settled in. He looks like he's found his rhythm. He's settled his nerves. He's starting to feel very comfortable. And needs all this just to make it a match.
Game, Petzschner.
You have to win this to stay into the second division.
That's right.
Well, why nobody can convince Andy Murray to play? July is not the busiest month. I mean, the week after Wimbledon.
He just thinks it's time for somebody else to step up. It's a shame.
Net for serve. Love. Love. Love.
The problem for any opponent is once Nadal gets the forehand going and you're having your running shoes on, chances are very slim for you to win the point.
A little bit of good fortune there for Petzschner.
40-15.
But he went for the return. Caught it on the lower point of the sweet spot, really. A little bit late. Clean winner.
When his manager Carlos Costa doesn't like that forehand. A fine player himself, by the way, top 10 player. Beat me a couple of times.
Barcelona and Estoril. Had 1 year where he won both of those early season clay court events. Okay, take that, back to juice.
Yes.
And that's slightly lucky return winner when Nadal had 40 love in this game. Could turn out to be crucial.
Advantage Nadal.
No, Nadal has improved at the net, but he's not necessarily at home. We saw on that volley, he almost gave Petzschner another chance to hit the ball back.
That's
Game Nadal.
an amazing forehand. It really is. Trouble avoided once again.
2 games all, second set.
You can get used to watching the likes of Federer and Nadal. You can get used to the brilliance. You have to remind yourself sometimes just how good they are. I mean, Nadal he is a monster out there on the court. I mean, his footwork is magnificent.
15 love.
He's built like a bulldozer. He knows how to compete, and he's a gentleman as well. It's a pretty impressive package in the flesh.
But for a lot of youngsters out there, that's all through hard work. There's no secrets about
30
it.
love.
The road to success leads a little bit of talent and lots of hard work. Nadal, having won so many tournaments, he's still out on the practice court hours and hours every single day.
$30-15.
There's no X Factor route or Britain's Got Talent route in sport.
No.
They're desperate to make a show, a reality show like that, but it doesn't work. Oh, phenomenal.
30 all.
The approach shot from Petzschner had an awful lot of work on it. Look how low it stays from this angle. Great angle to see. See how low that is? Nadal had to live with the ball and make the shot. And he did.
Another brave play by Petzschner.
40-13.
Serving rolling on the second, but this time serving onto the body of Nadal. He had no ankle. Good point.
Yes.
It's what I would call a low percentage shot. Being out of the court and hitting over the highest part of the net, chances are you win the point are very, very slim.
Advantage Nadal.
Well, Petzschner had the corner covered, but too much topspin and just power of the Nadal's forehand won him the point. Good tennis. Excellent tennis.
This.
Doing all the right things, coming in, break point style, half volley, passing shot. Fun to watch.
Advantage Nadal.
When I start to praise Petzschner, makes an unforced error.
Yes. Net for serve. Advantage Petzschner.
Hit the line, but Petzschner doesn't quite believe it.
Philipp Petzschner challenging the call on the right far sideline. Ball was called good. Call is overturned.
Again,
15 love.
a wonderful point of tennis. But Nadal, the warrior, never gives up. The easiest of overheads for Petzschner. Couldn't quite do it.
Love.
That's been his problem over his career. He sometimes plays a little careless, like he just takes too much of a chance. And
There's really only
40
two
love.
players that can live with Rafael Nadal from the back of the court. One of them is Roger Federer, and the other one's probably Andy Murray.
(40-15).
And even then, they don't want to hang about too long at the back of the court. It's still, the onus is on them to make something happen. Nadal has the best ground strokes, doesn't he? The most forceful, heaviest.
Game Nadal. Ball change, please. New balls.
that
3
means
games all. Second set.
means for Nadal changing rackets. Like most players, he has a habit of changing his rackets depending on the ball change.
Some players I've seen, they like to change their racket on the first game they're about to receive. So if they're serving, they'll stay with the racket they've already got in their hands with the new tennis balls, but some like it on the return.
I mean, everyone is a little different, but they all want to mix it up. I personally never cared so much. I mean, I changed the racket when the strings were about to break. That's when I changed my racket.
(15 love).
Again, second serve coming in. I'd like to see that more often. I think that's a good way of mixing up your serve against a great returner.
30 love.
Really far behind the baseline. Petzschner wasn't afraid to hit.
It must be at least the fourth time in this match where Petzschner has read the passing shot but just has not been able to handle the sheer pace with which Nadal hits the ball. And this is a frustration because he's picked the right side, the talented volleyer, but the ball just reacts differently when Nadal hits it. So much work on it, it's dipping and spinning every which way. Still just that one break of serve in this match, and that was in the very first game on a fourth break point. Petzschner just failing to settle quickly enough against a star name on his first outing on centre court.
Again, Petzschner. Out. 15 love.
He knows what he's got to do. It just overhits sometimes.
Thirty love. Thirty 15.
Taking his time. That's his routine. That's his habit. Doesn't matter the score. Keeps the same service routine throughout the whole match.
Forty 15. Out.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Game Nadal.
It was an overrule from Mr. Morier in the chair. And it was a half volley from Nadal, but no challenge. No challenge from Petzschner. And no, at 15-40 down, you do feel that you're under the cosh anyway. But there's the ball. Very close.
Looks like it hit the line. But Petzschner gets on with it for all.
Oh. 15 love.
He constantly speaking to the
Finish and
umpire.
shining the ball on the left service line. Ball was called out.
He was called out. This one was called out on the serve. And it felt like it was out. But no, that's good.
Well, he's over to first serve.
No. Tell you what, the ball in the last game that ended the game that he didn't challenge, that was good too.
Love.
This was the one that ended the previous game. This was an overall from the chair.
Love.
Strong service game from the German.
Again, the second serve did damage. He's confusing Nadal a little bit with his strategy, whether he comes in or not. He keeps him guessing.
Game, Petzschner.
There's the start. Perfect execution of the game plan that he would have put together with his coach, a former pro himself, Lars Ubel.
Love 30.
Well, I can see a small window of opportunity for Petzschner. Well, Andrew, we're having 3 set points here for Petzschner. That was an unusual mistake, but I think Nadal saw right in the middle of the sun there.
One set all. We do have a match on centre court.
And £7,500 for not making his best effort during that match. So that's the news from elsewhere. But back we go to this intriguing battle on centre.
Philipp Petzschner, having made it 1 set all, is now leading the contest by 1 point. He's won the first point with an ace in the 3rd set.
And there are a few unforced errors creeping into Nadal's game all of a sudden. Another one.
40 love.
The forehand is not working right now. The Nadal can't put their shades on.
And their heads down.
Game Petzschner. Love.
Well, he was slipping and sliding there on the back of the court, but that wasn't the reason he lost that point. The Nadal forehand did it. Taking his time though, turning himself off.
Love. $30-15.
But Petzschner really found a way to attack the second serve of Nadal. Whether it's hitting the forehand through or going for his backhand. I wonder whether Nadal takes off some of his first serve and goes more for percentage.
$40-15.
Quite a surprising shot selection by Petzschner. He knows this game is important to stay in the match.
$40-30.
The very first double fault of the match.
But
Linesman was unsighted. 2 hands in front of the face to illustrate that. So Cedric Morio stepping in there, the umpire. Now that has to be worth a check on a point like this.
Is challenging the call on the left far sideline. Ball was called out.
And if you accept a call like that, that is close, you give the game away. So this is a great challenge. Wrong, but he had to challenge that one.
Ball stands, game Nadal.
Didn't miss by far, just a few millimeters.
1 game on third set, sorry. 1 set up. Philipp Petzschner has 2 challenges remaining. $15 love. 15 all. $15-30.
Too much ground to cover for Petzschner. And Nadal's forehand is as strong as always.
Net for serve. Net was good for serve.
An immediate overrule by the linesman gives Petzschner another first serve.
$30 all. Net for serve. $40-30.
One of his biggest serves of the match. Ace number 14. Just at the right time.
Game Petzschner. Love 15.
And the last time Nadal served on this side of the court, he lost his serve. So the sun is right in his face for a left-handed player.
No.
15 all.
He would love that one back again, because at love 15 with a mid-court ball and that nice strong sliced backhand, he would knife that one deep to the court, wouldn't he, if he had another go?
$30-15.
Another unforced error. After hitting the return a serve back.
$40-15. 2 games all, third set.
Well, there was a slight chance for Petzschner, and the thing with beating top players in the world, they don't give you many chances. So I feel like this moment Petzschner got a little bit of a chance to go ahead.
Love 15.
And it seems like he's struggling mentally. He doesn't have to believe yet that he can do this.
Love 13. $15.30. $30 all.
That's what he needs most now. But he's taking his time. Wants to make sure he's ready.
First class under pressure at love 30 in this game.
40-30.
2 aces and an unreturnable, and now a game point for him.
$15 love. $30 love.
But Nadal isn't afraid to hit his serve. Either 8 aces.
$40 love.
9 aces. And it's also showing your opponent that you're a big server as well. You know, it's after all, it's man against man. Sometimes you show your personality. And she's just not watching right now.
Game Nadal.
New ball, so Nadal is changing his rackets again.
3 games all, third set.
I'm sure they're all strung with pretty much the same tension. A very even contest right now. Not by much.
You do? Rafael Nadal is changing the call on the right near sideline. Ball was called out.
If he's right, it's a winner for Nadal. Not by much.
Goal stands. Rafael Nadal has 2 challenges remaining. 30 love.
A bit of a wide forehand by the Spaniard. Very unusual for him. Maybe the tension of the racket is different. We've seen that before. Second serve volleying by the German. But Nadal had the answer this time. I'm not so sure that was long.
Philipp Petzschner is challenging the goal on the left baseline. Ball was called out.
In.
Ball is overturned.
That's a big one. It would have been 30 all if it had been
30,
out.
50.
2 millimeters, the difference between 30 all and a first serve at 30-15. Oh.
It was the second time that Nadal found a passing shot.
$43. Yes.
He had a nice opening here. Caught Nadal off guard with that sharp backhand slice. But he couldn't convert. Back to deuce.
Advantage Petzschner. Again Petzschner.
Perfection from Petzschner.
Love 15.
It's exactly the game plan that he would have worked on beforehand. Wait and then in with a sharp backhand.
And it's again the side that favors the right-handed player or gives a left-hander a problem with the sun right in your face while you're serving.
$15.
Such care and attention to detail here. Well, we have an inspired Petzschner. Most players would have failed to have even retrieved that. Nadal got that one back, but then faced this barrage. 3-4, 15-30. Number 2 seed in trouble here.
Just long. Smart serve by Nadal, hitting the body of Petzschner. First serve percentage was the key for Rafa. Game point.
Game, Nadal.
Nadal wants to say something to the umpire. Change over. Maybe he needs a bathroom break, or
maybe he wants to get his rackets back. There was some rackets taken from the court to be restrung. We'll find out.
Still not afraid to go for his shots, but that's the way to do it if you want to have any chance against the second seed of Wimbledon.
Net second serve. Challenge. Rafael Nadal is challenging the call on the right center line. Ball was called good.
Wide.
Call is overturned. 15-all.
Trainer has been called for the change of ends by Nadal.
30-15.
Hopefully it's just a retaping of fingers or something like that, and it's nothing more severe.
$40-15. Pot. Love 15.
And that is exactly how Petzschner started the game, that he broke serve in the second set.
All.
Nothing wrong with his elbow on that forehand. Wow, what a first serve return by Petzschner.
15-30.
Looked like the return was faster hit than the serve.
And this time no magic when Nadal made his way to that delicate angled ball from Petzschner. 15-30, 2 points from the set, the German. Had a chance.
All.
Hit the line.
40-30.
Not easy shot because the ball was very low bounce and had to go under.
Nadal. Five games on.
Pretty open contest right now, Andrew. Anything can happen.
Six of those in this match.
15.
Petzschner in position at the net. Can't handle the pace and the weight of shot from Nadal. 15 doesn't feel good with Nadal down the other end. Oh no! Petzschner was down on the ground there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Nadal will feel that he should have made that ball.
But obviously it happens all in a blur of a moment. You can't have time to think about. But the court was open. Well done.
Thirty 15. 40-15. Forty 30.
He's in the market for a break, isn't he now, Nadal? Wonderful match player.
Petzschner wants to get all the tennis balls.
The player likes a selection, doesn't he, Petzschner, because he relies very heavily on his serve. Probably wants the one that feels the newest to him now.
Advantage Petzschner.
He keeps serving big when he needs it most. What a point.
Deuce.
Nadal really accepting this challenge now by Petzschner.
Fabulous. Absolutely first class, wasn't it? Precise. He's like a surgeon.
Advantage Nadal.
Cheeky return, lovely lob, and a big forehand. Here is a big point.
Deuce.
The German not backing off.
Advantage Petzschner.
Longest game of the match so far. Bravo, Petzschner.
Love. Love. $30-15. $40-15.
Well, we're coming to the end of our transmission here on BBC One. Coverage of this match continues on the HD channel, and in just a moment we'll be starting up over on BBC Two. So still plenty to look forward to, but join us over on Two.
Game Nadal. 6 games all, third set tiebreak.
Soft hands again from Rafael Nadal. This is the fulcrum of the match. It's 1 set all in this third round encounter. First set to Nadal, 6-4. Second to Petzschner, 6-4. Just the one break in each of those sets. Nothing to divide them here, apart from the tiebreak, which we're about to see.
Nadal.
Well, he's got the mini break. And just hold on to all his service points. Set is his.
Nadal.
been a good play for him, an effective one, and it keeps him in this tiebreaker.
2-1, Nadal.
To go down 3-love would have been probably too much. And still Nadal can't put this man away.
All.
We're back on even square.
Petzschner.
Pressure is on Nadal now. Needs to hold his service points. How quickly it changes in the tiebreak.
Nadal hasn't lost here at Wimbledon since the 2007 final to Federer. Beat Federer in the 2008 final. Who can forget that match? Probably the finest single match ever played. Last year, unable to defend the championship, which he'd won due to knee injuries. He's in a scrap in this match. Three points all, first to 7, of course. You have to be 2 points clear to win it. Just a slight miss hit there on that forehand helped him. It landed short in the court, but look at this for intent. Nadal had the early lead in this tiebreak at 2 points to love. He's now 4-3 down.
Petzschner.
He won't miss many of those over the course of a season.
Petzschner with the nose ahead now. The next point is huge.
Whoa.
Three set points for the German.
Nothing like
6-3
holding
Petzschner.
back on a big point. That was 112 miles an hour forehand. 3 set points. Broken string.
At the worst possible moment.
Certainly seemed to affect the return, didn't it? He had no play
6-4 Petzschner.
after the Nadal forehand. Actually, the Spaniard maintained his concentration well with that forehand.
The question is whether his rackets in the bag are all the same. Still 2 set point. was the opening.
6-5 Petzschner.
Tried to finish it in a blaze of glory on the forehand side. It has served him well. World number 1, number 2 seed, still facing a set point. Well, this is a turn-up.
By 2-2.
1 hour exactly for that third set. The first set was Nadal after the early break of serve. Petzschner really got into the match towards the end of the second set, got inspired, broke serve and hung on. And now that, I mean, I don't know if he can ever play better than this, certainly in a big arena against a star player.
I haven't seen him play better, but obviously that's the place to do it on Wimbledon center court against the world number 1. Now this is up for grabs for Philipp Petzschner. He's up 2-1. He can beat Rafael Nadal today.
He's got 2 5-set matches already in the system, plus a doubles and a mixed as well. I mean, it's quite a lot of tennis to play over the first few days of any tournament, going the distance twice. Of course, Nadal did as well. The first serves in for Petzschner, 70%. Now, serving as massively as he was, to get 70% in is a very high percentage. You'd expect that to be nearer 55 with him going for it like that. When Petzschner missed his first serve, he was really punished, but he hung on. He hung on.
Time.
Nadal has waved the trainer away and said, play on, I don't need you, thank you very much. I love the buzz in centre court. Don't you just love the sound?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I think all the fans and the people out here in centre court are sensing the moment. They realize that this is a big situation.
Fourth set.
Fourth set. Third shirt for Rafa. And he needs to win 2 sets in a row to stay in the championships and make it to the second week.
Low 15. Fifteen all. 30-15. $40-15. Game Nadal. Ball change, please, new balls. First game, fourth set. Petzschner leads by 2-1.
Every 5-set match, every match played over the distance has ebbs and flows, different than in best-of-3 set matches. And for both these players, after the highs of the third set, there'll be a settling now. Not a slacking off, but that's what the highs were. The end of set number 3. Bit of a shock. There's a possibility here. We approach 5:30 on a sunny Saturday, the middle Saturday of Wimbledon. And one of the big names, the superstar names in the game, is in trouble here. But there's a very, very long way for Philipp Petzschner between here, which is a fine performance, and an actual victory. You never have Nadal beaten until you're shaking his hand, saying thanks.
A little lucky with that bounce.
Lindsay Davenport was telling me yesterday that she used to aim at the patch between the unworn green grass and the worn out brown stuff, just because you're going to get some bad bounces in there.
Well, if she was talented enough to do that, good for her. But as you said, Petzschner wants to establish himself early in the 4th set, and Nadal obviously doesn't want this to happen.
30-15. First yawn. Net first.
Wonderful backhand slice down the line, set up this opportunity. And as soon as you think to yourself, well, Nadal's in trouble here, he sets up a break point. And he can take control of the set right now.
He's stretching his legs.
Petzschner did not know an awful lot about that.
Yes.
But he has good hands, and he was literally, his nose was over the... Oh, you can't be any closer to the net without touching it.
Was that just Spanish or English, what I heard?
No, that was Spanish. Apologies.
No, but Petzschner gets all the lucky breaks today, I must say. Every important point, there's something he comes up with.
This lob landed within a couple of feet of the baseline. A wonderful defensive effort from Nadal. Keep himself in the game. Oh, no.
Advantage Nadal.
Well, that was obviously a very makeable backhand volley.
Jürgen Meltzer supposed to be playing doubles later on with the man serving at break point down.
Yes.
You can understand the frustration as far as the Spaniard's concerned. He's used to converting an awful lot more break points than 1 out of 10.
Advantage Petzschner.
And he's not used to having 20 aces served past him either.
Yes.
But Nadal wouldn't be Nadal if he wouldn't try until the very last moment. He almost comes across that he's a little upset, he's a little angry about his missed opportunities.
Fantastic touch.
This is great tennis.
Advantage Petzschner.
There was nothing wrong with the return of serve from Nadal. Handled magnificently by Philipp Petzschner.
Yes.
That was a poor shot. He didn't move his feet.
He's tired. Adrenaline can get you so far. And what Nadal is doing now is wearing his man down.
We mentioned that he's gone through 2 5-setters already in the first 2 rounds.
I must say, Petzschner's playing superb tennis, but he's got the look of Eisner and Mahou about him. He is tired. He's covering an awful lot of court. He's finding a way at the moment to get the ball past Nadal. That's a game point.
Yeah, Petzschner.
Superb.
One game on, 4 set.
He's been slugging it out for 2 hours and 39 minutes, toe-to-toe with the slugger himself. And if Petzschner is going to win this match, feel that he must win it in this set.
Very true.
15 love. Love.
Yeah, he's starting to feel the match now, physically. Petzschner is a step slow.
40 love. Game Nadal. Nadal leads by 2-1, fourth set.
Well, we have a real battle on centre court, and we'll be rejoining it in just a moment. But we'll round up a few other results from earlier today. Maria Sharapova, the 16th seed, the former champion, has come through in straight sets over Barbara Stričkova of Czech Republic, 7-5, 6-3. And she is through to face Serena Williams on Monday. That's a fascinating contest to look forward to. And Julian Benneteau has come through against Fabio Fognini of Italy in 4 sets, winning 6-4, 6-1, 4-6, 6-3. He came from a break of serve down to win that fourth set. And Paul-Henri Mathieu has also won in 4 sets. Thiemo de Backer, he was beaten today. And so he goes through to face the winner of the match we're watching on centre, Petzschner or Nadal.
7-6, 6-7, 6-4.
And just a moment ago on number 1 court, Jo-Wilfried Tsonga defeated Tobias Kamke of Germany in straight sets, 6-1, 6-4, 7-6. And he'll face Julian Benneteau in the last round. That out on court 2.
Game, set the match.
That's how he won it. So Tsonga is through, the number 10 seed. So that's what's been happening elsewhere at Wimbledon. But all eyes at the moment on centre court, and the world number 1 in trouble. And the trainer on the court for Rafael Nadal once again, or he's been called for Rafa, who's been struggling with that left arm. Let's find out more from Boris and Andy.
Sue, thank you. Here comes the trainer. First called at 5-4 in the 3rd set. The set eventually decided by a tie-break, and Nadal said, no, I don't need the trainer at the end of the set. But now, 3 games later, apparently he does. Let's see if we can hear in the conversation.
I wish my Spanish would be a little better. How about yours?
Well, I know how to get the bill and ask directions to the airport, but I'm not too sure about all this. Well, it was an arm issue a few games ago, and now certainly work going on the knee, and these knees have been so troublesome for him. It made the defence of his title last year impossible. He was so upset about that. Michael Novotny is the ATP Tour trainer.
Yeah, I'm going to take a medical timeout.
And a medical timeout will be taken now that the assessment has been made.
Now, why is he allowed to take a medical timeout here? I mean, he's not hurt. I mean, he doesn't fall on the court. He feels something on his knee, and he calls the doctor, and he interrupts the match for 10 minutes.
That's well, 3 minutes.
Well, by the time the trainer came on, is that the rule now?
Yes, it is. You can make the assessment, however long that takes, and then treatment can commence. I mean, is this a good thing or a bad thing for Petzschner, who was looking very, very tired? I know he finished the last game with an ace, but he was the last service game with an ace, but he has looked, well, he still looks wiped out. 5-set matches in rounds 1 and 2, plus a mixed, plus a doubles. So is it good or bad for Petzschner that this is happening? Anyway, you were a master at this. You were always taking timeouts for tactics.
I would never call the trainer and have my leg jacked if I didn't really, hurt my muscle and I was falling around. I mean, I was playing in the 80s. We had different set of rules then than now. I just find it surprising that, before he had apparently a problem with his elbow and his shoulder. And then he called the trainer out for something we, from the commentator's box, didn't even notice. Because he was running before very quick.
Working on the big muscles in the thigh, the quadriceps, by the looks of this. I mean, he has covered so many miles, hasn't he, through the tournaments at Paris, Madrid, Rome and Monte Carlo, and then Queen's Club as well. Really not a lot of time to rest. There's Uncle Tony on the right-hand side. He's been coaching his nephew for a long time. Well, forever. And Carlos Costa on the left-hand side, who is his manager and a former top 10 player himself. They don't look overly worried, I must say. Gives everybody a chance for a breather here.
I mean, you've raised the point that Petzschner actually needs to break more than Nadal, in our opinion. He's tired and he's struggling to win his last service game. I'm just a little bit surprised by the rules that this is possible. Obviously, you want nobody to be injured and wants everybody to finish their matches.
Or maybe Cedric Mourier is getting off his chair for a little bit of treatment too. Maybe the umpire can now.
Actually, my shoulder's hurting too. I want to get in there too.
Let's
and
all
have a bit of a stretch and a rub.
No, they're hard seats though, so he's just rearranging his padding.
That's a bizarre scene. Everybody is taking a little break.
Well, who was the umpire in the Mahou-Isner match? You'd have had bed sores by the time you got off the chair there. There's Cedric up in the chair. Mohamed Layani was doing that match. The man with the forever smile.
Correct. Now Petzschner stretching his legs. They may need a treatment later on as well.
No need for this roof right now. Thank goodness. The delay not caused by rain, but by treatment to Rafael Nadal. And that treatment is now over. So we resume. 2-1, Petzschner. 2 games to 1, Nadal in the fourth.
Love 15.
Obviously, Petzschner is now a little bit cold.
Love 30. $15.30.
adjustment. And then the huge celebration. And that sends out a clear message to everybody in here, but notably his opponent, that he is ready to break points.
(30-14).
That was wide, called out. You can see the arm. Lady linesman's called that out, and that certainly looked like it was drifting wide with a little bit of side spin to help it. And Nadal has got the breakthrough here, I think. And the German player definitely unhappy about the break.
Nadal leads by 3-1.
And you have some sympathy with that.
Very much so. I mean, Nadal was running pretty much full speed, and some of those drop shots a few minutes ago, he was treating his painful thigh. So I'm not sure whether that break was all about, but obviously it worked. He has broken Petzschner.
Tactical, was it?
Looks to me, it wasn't physical.
Law 15.
Now this will be interesting from now on, whether or not
15 all.
Philipp Petzschner can really commit everything to every game here. 5-set matches galore he's played already, 2 of them. Singles and doubles as well. How much effort can he expend? Does he need to get ready for the 5th set at some point? Not yet, but we may see that.
(40-15).
30-15, I think. Cedric.
Yeah, but the German slowed down his footwork a lot on the service return. He doesn't get around the backhand anymore.
That's ridiculous. The shot of the match. Outstanding. Look at where he goes from. From tram line to over here, the other side,
40,
outside
15.
the tram line. Yep, that thigh's really troubling him.
Now, an impossible angle over the highest part of the net.
Nadal leads by 4-1, 4th set. Petzschner leads by 2-1.
And the trainer is on again to work his magic. I think Rafa's saying, "Yep, I'll have another one of those sessions, please."
This time the other leg and the shoulder. In fact, he should ask Petzschner whether he wants Rafa himself.
They should bring out one of those chairs you can get in some of those train stations now. That you know, some companies allow in the office at lunchtimes. Here's that forehand again. Absolutely outrageous. The ground that he makes. Have you seen those ones like at airports? You can put your head there, and even if you're wearing a suit, they can just nice little massage. But it certainly helped keep Nadal.
Believe me, he's not talking to me.
They're having a conversation at the.
He's talking with Carlos. It doesn't matter in the match. Believe me, Cedric, he's not talking to me. I always say when he's talking, I can go there and say, please stop, Tony. But Tony's not talking to me. Believe me, Cedric.
I told him he knows about it. So just want you to know about it.
Time.
They're claiming that Tony Nadal is having a conversation with Rafael Nadal on the court about certain things. Obviously, that's impossible to prove because Carlos Costa is next to him and they all speak the same language.
So the umpire was saying, please, you shouldn't be coached.
Exactly, because that's officially not allowed. Even though everybody knows there's some sort of relationship between the player on the court and the coach outside. But if anything, it infuriated Nadal in a positive way. He's playing more aggressive.
Now 15.
And better than he's played all match long.
Now 13.
Jürgen Meltzer there. Supposed to play doubles with Philipp Petzschner later on. I suspect that match may not get on court because there's quite a lot of tennis to be played here still. 5 to 6 in the evening. No sign of this one ending yet.
15-30.
I get a feeling that Petzschner it's taken a little bit away from the intensity he had early on. He's mentally already preparing for a potential fifth set.
Night for serve.
Meltzer will be playing Roger Federer in the 4th round. He's already booked his place with a victory over Lopez on court 2 last evening.
All. T13. Yeah, Petzschner. Nadal is by 4 games to 2 4th set.
Feels like the calm before the storm, doesn't it, of the 5th set? But of course, until you've won a set, you haven't won it. So hold on. Nadal won't be getting ahead of himself. We're all looking forward to a 5th. We're premature in that.
Just reaching the 3-hour mark.
Net for serve.
But that really, ever since the longest match a couple of days ago, seems like a walk in the park. Only 3 hours, really.
3 hours, half a set, quarter of a set.
Love 15.
Well, he may look like he's running just on fumes at the moment, Petzschner, but he's getting the job done. He is covering a lot of ground, and if he should lose this set, he will pay the price.
Blistering back and return of a first serve on Nadal.
Love 30.
But a good answer by the Spaniard.
15-30. All.
And that's classic Nadal. Serve out wide, running around the backhand. Forehand winner.
$40-30. Nadal leads by 5 games to 2. Fourth set, Petzschner leads by 2 sets to 1.
Great program on centre court today. The middle Saturday of the championships. Looks like we'll be going into a 5th set here. They're enjoying the match out on Henman Hill, and that's great. And later on, the 3rd match here on centre will feature Andy Murray against Gilles Simon. Very talented Frenchman, seeded. So that's, I suspect, what some people are waiting for out there. Andy Murray next. And this match matters very much to the hopes of Murray at Wimbledon, and also Robin Soderling and everybody else in the bottom half of the draw. Nadal is the number 2 seed. He's at the very bottom of the draw. He'll play Paul-Henri Mathieu. And it's really up for grabs if Nadal goes out. I wonder if it is Murray's time to shine this year. Of course, Nadal hasn't lost yet, so hold on. But they will have noticed all around the grounds what's going on here.
And I wonder with the time, actually, we have 6 o'clock already, but we have the roof. So in case it does get a little darker, they can just put on the lights.
That's right.
Well, at this point, we can say goodbye to viewers on the HD channel. With the day off tomorrow, our coverage on the HD channel continues at noon on Monday. But of course, plenty to come from Wimbledon, this match and Andy Murray. It continues over on BBC Two.
15-30.
One of the few return winners we've seen by Nadal. He jumped a little early, didn't he?
15-40.
No. 2 set points for the Spaniard.
Game in 4th set, Nadal.
We're going the distance here on centre court.
Six games to 2 sets serve.
And it's a third 5-set match for Philipp Petzschner. How much has he got left in the tank? It's a second 5-set match for Rafael Nadal, and that is very unusual for him. Until he'd played Robin Haase in the previous round, he hadn't gone 5 sets since the Australian Open 2009, which is a good year and a half previous.
But Petzschner seems to be fine again. He goes back in court, trying to get ready for that 5th set.
Love.
Maybe that's a change of strategy after all. Petzschner keeping the points short, taking a lot of chances.
All.
Very important first game of that 5th set. It will set the tone.
German players only had one break point in this match, and he took it in the 2nd set. He looks out on his feet, but keeps hitting clean winners. Nadal will keep throwing the punches until his man falls.
Wow.
Advantage Nadal.
What can you say?
Whoops. He had so many options.
First game, final set.
So many of the bigger names during this first week of the championship have been pushed to the limits by players who we don't get to see a lot of on TV. Roger Federer's first round match against Fire, well documented. The second round match on court number 1 against Ilya Baziljak of Serbia. That was 4 tough old sets for Roger Federer. He was a qualifier. Baziljak, we had the Mahou Isner match, of course. And now Philipp Petzschner, who's not exactly a household name, but a very fine tennis player, although he'd like that one back. That was at deuce in the opening game, 5th set. Break point gone.
Love 15.
Again, it was an excellent slice by Petzschner, and Nadal just turned his wrist and the angle, and I don't know how he does it.
It's all instinct from here, for Petzschner particularly. Both players have taken injury timeouts, and there are looks from Nadal up to his book, and little half-bending movements, little stretchy things that he's doing that make you wonder. No, he's definitely not happy.
Now the question I have is whether Petzschner actually does realize that he doesn't come across at the moment, that he's watching on the other side of the net. He's more occupied with his own struggles.
Game Petzschner. Ball change, please, new balls. 1 game on, final set.
Well, if anybody can dig deep, it's Rafa Nadal. We've seen that didn't lose a single set in winning his 5th French Open at Roland Garros. It's the 2nd time he's won the French Open without losing a set. It's considered the hardest tournament physically to win. He is undoubtedly the champion there. He's only ever lost 1 match there. This title was never going to come as easily to him. He's already gone 5 sets once here, and it looks like it's taking its toll on his body, that match and this. Quite a dramatic decider, this, isn't it? New tennis balls for Nadal.
Nedved. 15 love. Love.
That looks like an easy shot. It's not. The half volley drop shot.
Love. Game Nadal.
The only thing which is possible is that
Nadal.
Apologies if you picked that up on the microphones. I'm very sure that Cedric Morier in the chair picked up a swear word as well there, but has happily let that go because these guys are really pushed to the limit at this point.
And he scores 40 love, so for him to challenge a 40 love.
He's not going to chase another 4 or 5 points down. It's not worth the energy, even if you thought the serve may have been out. But more and continuing treatment here, Boris.
Yeah, it's again the left leg. I don't think it's a real injury. I think it's fatigue. He's played now 15 sets over the last 6 days.
In singles.
Plus doubles and mixed. It's going to take its toll eventually on your body.
And the doubles this year, best of 5 sets. There's been no delay through rain. And the doubles events get shortened quite quickly if there is rain. But there's been no need for that, so they've been playing best of 5 in the doubles, and they beat Melis and Roccas in the first round.
Good win.
Good win. Aspelin and Hanley are next for them. So it's been a good week. Some silver lining up there. Not sure who that's for, but it's been shining on us all week. And what a championship. So it hasn't all been about the World Cup. It will be tomorrow. And there is Sir Bobby Charlton.
And he'll be glued to the television tomorrow, I can tell you that. Like another 30 million in this country. Now, as a player, what you want to do in the 5th set, you really want to concentrate on your serves. The first couple of points, you always get a head start. 15 love, 30 love, because usually opponents then tend to let go a little bit because physically they're struggling.
30 love.
Ace number 24.
How's that for a second serve?
30-15.
So he's taking risks. And he has to. If he plays safe now, he's going to be lost anyway. So he might as well take a chance. And he knows he's got to come in. He knows he's got to try his luck at the net.
Again, Petzschner. Two games on, final set.
Nice symmetry to the right-hand side of the scoreboard. 2 sets and 2 games each. And that's not 22 all. Got used to that the other day. 2 all final set.
Love 15. Convalescent coaching, warning Nadal.
Oh, he's going to be cross. He's going to be very cross because they've had this conversation. Never seen Rafa like this. Very cross.
$40-15.
Will Nadal talk to the umpire?
No, I think we're going to see a bit more treatment.
I think the umpire can count himself quite lucky that Nadal is not talking to him there. He is talking to the trainer because he's just had an official warning for coaching as Rafa Nadal from Tony Nadal, who's been working obviously with his nephew for so long. Look, coaching takes place. Things are said and everybody knows that players hear what the coaches say to them. So should it be allowed or not?
Well, that's a year-long debate, really, whether coaches, like in any other sport, should be allowed actually on the chair next to the player. Some of the team events it's allowed, in Davis Cup it's allowed. But obviously in in this sort of tournament, it's not. But you know, there's a connection. There are signs. There's hand language. And, you know, what else? The question is, how can you prove it?
Well, it's a judgment call from the umpire, and he may have just umpired very, very well. Look at that. That's the look over to Tony there. Vamos indeed. Fantastic overhead. Philipp Petzschner may have gone up to the umpire and said, "Don't make my opponent angry." He just responded, and that was right to Mr. Morio.
No, I have not seen Nadal like that.
Whoa.
Another one of those blistering forehands by Philipp Petzschner. Almost 100 miles. And he's coming in more after the serve.
30 love.
He's keeping the points short.
Love. $40-15.
Even at 40 love down, Nadal doesn't let go. Gives you no freebies, no minute to breathe.
Game, Petzschner. Three games all, final set.
The highest men's seed to be eliminated in the first week of this championships is Nikolai Davydenko. Number 7 seed lost to Daniel Brands, your German player, who went ahead and won that controversial match with Victor Hanescu yesterday in the 3rd round. Be a major shock if Nadal, the number 2 seed, goes out. Fine service game from Petzschner. Parity in the 5th still.
15 love. Love.
He is exhausted.
It wasn't the shoes or the grass, it's just his legs weren't holding up anymore.
If somebody had handed him a pillow, he might have taken 10. And that isn't the sprint that Nadal wanted either. That is the area that hurts the front of the thighs so much. Sweet drop. Look at Nadal and the way he's moving at the moment. It's not 100%. And everybody in the lower half of the draw going into the second week will be noticing this. That's very sporting from Nadal. He waits at the net.
Leads by 4-3, final set.
Lets his opponent go first. He's a gent. Interesting scenario for later on. If you are looking forward to the third match only, I mean, the program started at 1 o'clock here on centre court. Serena Williams winning. Now this match. The third match is Andy Murray against Gilles Simon, for a place in the second week and a place in the fourth round. What will happen definitely is that you'll see play until 11 o'clock here tonight. That's when play ceases on centre court. But after a couple of sets, you'd imagine, given the timings, all up to the referee's office, of course, after a couple of sets they'll probably close the roof, and there's normally about a half-an-hour delay while the internal environment is stabilized and the roof is slotted together and everything is ready, and then they'll continue. So later on we could be looking at an outdoor-indoor match.
And I remember last year Murray on the second Monday playing that long match with Stanislav Wawrinka, one of the highlights of the tournament, with the atmosphere just very much like in a boxing match. But still a lot of tennis to be played. The sun is still out and the roof is open. Set up the point perfectly. Nadal had Petzschner where he wanted him to be, just the open court. Couldn't just quite convert it with the racket. He should have tried with the shoes. He's an excellent football player, by the way. And that was a second serve by Petzschner. Nadal reacted perfectly. Still good quality by both players.
Swerving, almost moving the wrong way, that ball. Fabulous forehand, 15-30, and there was that miss on the first point as well. Nadal is ready for the break here.
15-14. Nadal leads by 5-3, final set.
Well, that was the blow that will probably decide this match. Nadal 4 points away now, serving at 5-3 in the 5th set. Reward for the sheer effort that he's put in here. Has Petzschner got anything left?
Nadal goes for a first serve percentage. And he's rewarded. 2 more points to go.
Love.
Now that's wide.
6-4, 4-6, 6-7, 6-2, 6-2.
Nadal in 5 sets. He deserved it. The number 2 seed survives into the 2nd week at Wimbledon.
Look at his enjoyment. Saluting the crowd. He knows that this was a very hard-fought and well-contested match.
And still, it is 3 years since he lost on this court to Federer.